video is going to be another celebrity inspired makeup tutorial. I know that I did a Kim Kardashian one and I said I was going to do more and I just never got around to it. But today I was really inspired to do an Adele inspired makeup look just because of the new songs that she's been releasing. They've been so good and she always looks flawless in the video. Her contour, her eyeliner, she's just beautiful. So I wanted to do something inspired after like her makeup looks. So it's just kind of some inspiration from all the different makeup looks that I found online and things like that. It's not a specific one, it's just Adele inspired in general, but I really like how it turned out and I hope you guys enjoy. And just a quick side note, I do have new lighting, so I don't know how the light's going to be. It looks like it's better, so I hope that it looks really good for you all because I really want the quality of this video to be better than they normally are. So I hope it looks good for you guys. Let me know down below what you think about the lighting and let's get into the makeup. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get started. First I'm going to do my eyebrows because I'm going to do my eyes before my foundation this time. So I'm just using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Auburn as always and just going to fill in my eyebrows pretty quickly as I normally do. Since this is Adele inspired, I tried to make them a little more round than mine normally are. Mine kind of have like a square shape on the inner corner, so I tried to round them just a little bit to match hers. Next I'm going in with the NYX Dark Circle Concealer in Light, and I'm going to use this as an eye primer and a base for the eyeshadow, so I'm just putting that all over both my eyelids. I'm going to be using the Lorac Pro for the eyeshadows in this tutorial just because they're super pigmented and easy to work with. So I'm first going in with the matte cream color and I'm going to take that on a fluffy brush and I'm just going to set that concealer with that before we start working with darker eyeshadows. Next I'm going to be going in with that same brush into the color Taupe and I'm going to use that as our transition shade and I'm just going to put that right in the crease, keeping it mostly on the outer part, just bringing a little bit of that towards the inner, and I'm trying to make that very rounded. The whole goal of this eye look is for a very round crease, so I'm just rounding that as much as I can and making sure it's really well blended. Then I'm going in with a little bit of a smaller tapered brush and I'm going to go into the next darkest brown in this palette called Sable. And it's just another matte brown, and I'm going to put this a little bit higher than my actual crease is because I wanted the crease to look a little bit higher so that our eyes look bigger. So once again I am trying to make this very rounded, so I'm just putting that in the crease but just slightly above the crease, slightly above where I would normally put my crease color. And you'll see I'm connecting it down to the eyelash line right there, and you'll see that it makes it very round. So that's the shape we're going for, and I'm just going to do that on both eyes. Then I'm going to go in with the next darkest brown, Espresso, and that's another matte brown. And I'm taking that on a pencil brush, and I'm just going to put it right over the area where we just put that color, but I'm not going to bring it in as far. I'm keeping it in a smaller area. So making that very round as well. I did that on both eyes, and then also going in with the blending brush and blending that out, and then just making sure that it has the intensity that I want on the outer corners. Next I'm going to go in with the white color in this palette, and it's also matte, and I'm going to stamp a lot of that on the eyelid. This is again going to make our eyelids look a little bit bigger and more round, so you'll see that I'm packing a lot of that on the eyelid and I'm wanting to do it in a very round shape. So I'm doing that on both eyes. Then I'm going to blend over that just to get rid of any extra powder. Next I'm going to go in with the Essence Gel Eyeliner, and it's just the black one. And I'm going to be doing a pretty thick eyeliner because Adele is really known for a super bold cat eye eyeliner. So I'm doing this very thick from outer to inner corner, and I'm keeping it pretty thick all the way in, which is something I don't normally do with my eyeliner. So I'm just using a pretty small eyeliner brush for that and doing that on both eyes. I'll also be doing a wing, but I'll show you how I'm going to create that. I'm just going to use the gel for this step because it's very matte and very black. So I'm trying to just even it up and make it as even as possible on both eyes, which is basically impossible to do, but I think it turned out pretty well. I'm also going to take the gel eyeliner and tightline my eye with that, so I'm going right in between my eyelashes just to make that super dark and intense. Then I'm using my Revlon Color Stay Liquid Eye Pen, and this is what I'm going to use for the wing, but just because it's a lot easier to control. So I'm just drawing a very small wing. The wing on her eyeliner is never super long, it's just short and very thick. So I tried to stay true to that and make it a pretty short wing and just make it very, very thick and chunky. So that's what I'm doing here with that eyeliner pen. The pen makes it a lot easier to do than a brush and the gel. I think it's just much easier and it still looks really nice. So that's basically the eyes for now. I'm going to go in and start on the foundation. I'm mixing my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte and then the L'Oreal True Match just because the Pro Matte is a bit dark for me right now and the True Match I have is quite a bit lighter. So I'm mixing those to get my perfect shade and then just kind of patching that all over my face. Then I'm going to go in with this Dank Beauty Sponge and just blend all that in together. Now I'm going in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, and this one is just the corrector and it's a pink shade, so I'm just using that right underneath the eyes and I'm going to blend that in, and then I'll go in with a Sabrent Concealer to highlight. So I'm using the Magic Lumi for the highlighting. It's very pale. Mine's either in the lightest shade or the second to the lightest. I can't quite remember. But I'm going to do that pretty dramatically underneath the eyes, the nose, my forehead and chin, and Cupid's bow just to highlight my face. Then I'm going to go in with that same sponge that we used for the foundation and just blend all that in since it looks super crazy right now. But this will help give some dimension to the face since that foundation is pretty matte. This will really help add some dimension back into our face before contouring. So after I blend all that, I'm going to go in and set that with the Airspun Translucent Powder. And I'm just taking that right on that beauty sponge that I was using to blend that in. And I'm just going to pack that super heavy underneath the eyes and anywhere where we put the concealer. And a lot of people call this baking. It's just setting the concealer basically, but it is a really good technique and it definitely helps it from creasing and it looks really smooth. So I'm putting a lot of that, and then I'll go in with this pretty large fan brush and just dust off the extra. And it just leaves everything super smooth and flawless. So now I'm using this LA Colors I Heart Makeup Contour Palette. I got mine at Burke's. I haven't heard anyone talk about this. It was like $5 and it's truly my favorite contouring patterns that I've ever used. I've been using it to death lately. Super affordable as well. I'm going to go in with this mid-tone brown and I'm just going to dust that all along my hairline and on my temples, and then I'm also going to contour my cheekbones with it. And Adele's contour is always on point. It is always so good, and it's one of the main things that stands out about her makeup, so I wanted to take my time and really contour my cheekbones. So I'm putting that where my natural cheekbones are, and I'm just blending it, and I'm going kind of heavy-handed with it, but I will blend it out. I just wanted to make sure that the contour was noticeable. So I'm next going to go in with this beige colored powder, and I'm going to take that on the beauty sponge as well. And I am going to bake the contour and really sharpen up the lines. So I'm taking that on the pointed end and just going to smooth it right underneath. And that way, if you blended the contour down too far, this will really clean it up, and it makes it look even more crisp and super noticeable. And then Adele's contour is always kind of rounded, I've noticed, like right up around the apples of her cheeks. So I'm going to take that beige powder and just make it kind of rounded towards my mouth. And I think that really helps to add to the rounded appearance of the cheek contour. And I think it's actually really pretty. It's something that I don't normally do. But it did look crazy right there, but I will dust it off. So I'm just dusting that and kind of blending it in. And I think that looks really pretty, and it really favors how hers looks in a lot of photographs. And I'm also going to take just that same brown powder on a smaller brush right down the sides of my nose. I don't do anything special when contouring my nose, just right down the sides. And I'm also going to take this really large kabuki brush and my Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess bronzer. Any bronzer will do. And I'm just going to contour my jawline. So this brush makes it super easy because it's really large and you don't really have to be too precise with it. So I just bronze up the jawline and all the way down my neck. Then I'm going to go in with this Tarte blush, and I'm not sure the shade. I'll leave it in the description box below, but it's just a peachy pink color, and I never really noticed Adele's blush being super prominent, so I don't want to use too much of this, but I'm just using an Eco Tools blush brush, and you'll see that I'm going to keep it super low, right above the contour. I don't want it to be very prominent at all, so I'm not doing very much of that, and I do want to keep it really close to the contour, so just putting a little bit of that on my cheeks. Then I'm going to go in with my Laura Geller Baked French Vanilla Highlighter. This one's not too sparkly, so I think it's really beautiful for this look. And I'm just using a smaller brush and kind of dusting that right underneath my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, and anywhere else that I wanted to highlight. And it's not too prominent, but it does highlight those places kind of subtly. So now back to the eyes to finish those up. I'm going to go in with this Rimmel Nude Eyeliner. And I'm just going to pop that right in the waterline of both of my eyes. This is really going to open them up and add to that round eye look as well. Then I'm going to go in with my all-time favorite mascara, the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. And I'm just going to do a really quick coat to the top lashes, just because I am going to put on some false lashes, so this doesn't matter too much. But I'm just giving them a quick coat with that mascara. Now I'm going to apply these lashes. I'm not exactly sure the number. They're just a very natural lash from Kiss, and I trimmed them down pretty short to fit my eyes a little bit better and so they wouldn't be so noticeable. And then I'm just going back in with that mascara and kind of blending them with my natural lashes. So now I'm going to take the Best Lash Extreme mascara, and I'm putting that on my lower lashes. In the picture that I was looking at, her lower lashes were super messy and had like a ton of mascara, and it was gorgeous. So I tried to do that with that, and I cleaned it up with the Q-tip. Then I'm going to spray my face with a setting spray, and you want to make sure and cover your eyes just so that it doesn't get mascara everywhere. And then onto the lips. We're almost finished. I'm using this NYX lip liner in the color Natural, and just roughly lining my lips, nothing too special. And then I'm going to go in with this Ulta Matte Lip Cream, and this is in the color Tender, and I'm putting that all over my lips. And then I realized that I wanted it to be a little bit lighter, so I just ended up going in with a little bit of that pinky colored Maybelline concealer that we used under the eyes, and that really lightened it up and made it the color that I wanted it to be. And that's really it for the makeup. I hope you guys enjoy this Adele inspired tutorial as much as I enjoyed creating it. I think it turned out really well. If you did enjoy it, please give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I hope I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all so much for watching.